Hey folks, I hope you can hear me okay. I did remember to turn on the microphone this time. The next video you're going to see, I forgot. See, I got a new microphone, and this one has its own battery. And so the video I'm fixing to show you, cleaning up the tinnies, pulleys and everything, got a little video from a little GoPro, but most of it I'm just going to have to voice over and show you what I did. Welcome to all the new subscribers too. Kind of does an old fella good to see new subscribers once in a while. Anyway, today's, it's probably dawn. What do you want? Snot. It's my hospital. Well, that's good news. You see, I had a heart attack on February the 10th, and I'm doing pretty doggone good. In fact, I feel better than I did before. Got 20 more visits to the torture chamber that the hospital calls a cardiac rehab center, but I'm doing all right. I just got a bit of good news too. See, when they did a CAT scan looking at my body for the heart attack, looking for bleeds and things, they found something with my left kidney. Said it was an inflammation, what they told me in the ICU. And then as I was getting ready to leave, they said, oh, you need to go to a urologist and catch up. There's something wrong with your left kidney. We're not sure what, but he can figure it out. So it went from inflammation to something's wrong. Well, they did a CAT scan and with dye, which is the test that the urologist said should have been done in the first place. And I just got the news that there's nothing wrong. There's no mass. So I don't have cancer. You guys are going to have to put up with me for a while longer. I get to nag on Don too. Anyway, that's the next video coming up. Sorry about the sound. I screwed up, but I'll try to make it as interesting as I can. Thanks for watching. Well, this is the beginning of the voiceover, and here I'm kind of showing you what I'm going to do. Notice the excellent pointing skills. Now this is an idler pulley off a Monarch 10EE. It's not too bad, but it does have some wear. It looks terrible, so while I have them off, I'm going to clean them up on the lathe. The one I'm pointing to now is the flatbed pulley, and it has got a crown in the pulley, unlike these little idler pulleys. Now, here I'm showing taking off that pulley. You can't slide it off the T-track like all the others, so you got to pull it away. This is the second pulley, and it's got a T-nut that slides in another track and adjusts the other side of the belt. Excuse me. Oh, look, it has not one but two pins to hold it steady in that T-track. That keeps it from shifting left and right. Moved over to the Kurt vise on the planer bed, and I'm taking them apart so I can clean them and make sure that the bearings are okay. Both of the pulleys use the same bearings, and I like to mark them so I remember which way they go. Cleaning them up a little bit before we put them on the bob. Now, that cleaner I found is made by WD, and I like it. Got the 3-jaw chuck on the bob, and if you notice at the top of that pulley, there's a little lip, and I'm going to run these jaws down and put that pulley over the top of the jaws and grab it from inside.
Got a long reach tool holder put in Bob. Trying to figure out which is the best end, but they're both the same. Indicated it in because I don't really want to take too much off of these. I want to make sure they're right. Time I was through, it was less than half a thousand's run out on it. This is putting in a braised carbide bit on Bob. It's got a little small radius on the nose. Running about 2,400 RPMs. And that's a 5,000th cut. Bob has sure turned out to be a very handy machine. Unlike a regular lathe with a tool post and a cross slide, you got to kind of limit yourself to what you can put on Bob because of how far you can reach around the side. Looks pretty good for 5,000. We're going to take another 5 here. So 10,000's got almost everything cleaned up. And that works so well, let's take another 5 and see if it gets it completely gone. Well, Bob's running sweet. I mean, wished I'd bought one of these years ago, like 40 years ago. Of course, then I couldn't afford it. But and that's going to do it for the surface cleanup. I think it looks just fine the way it is, nice and smooth. Going to take a file and just kind of break the edges. They weren't very broken to begin with. Get that turret out of my way. Back over at the vise, I've cleaned everything up and we're going to put it together. Those are sealed bearings, so they shouldn't need any grease. Wasn't too dirty, but cleaned it up quickly. My God, I look like an old man trying to put that thing. Oh, man. Don, don't watch that. I don't want you to say anything about that. In my defense, I was doing all this left-handed, so I wouldn't be in your way. You're welcome. And there we have it, 2 cleaned up spindles. While I was at it, I decided perfect opportunity to get some of that junk out of the backside. This degreaser is really nice in that it's pretty powerful, and a little bit of it goes a long way, especially when you're doing it like this. Now, Monarch 10EE uses 2 V-belts for the main drive. And these look to be in really, really good shape. What I just put on there is the flatbed pulley, or flat belt pulley, excuse me. God, what great. Vanna White, watch out, I'm after your job. What I was going to say is, I was thinking about getting some more matched belts. And Don and I were talking, and he said he talked to somebody in the industry who said that if you order a matched belt today, no, that's not right, Steve. It's not right. Take it off. Do it right. Hurry up. There you go. Anyway, Don said this man told him that if you order a set of matched belts, they go and they pick them off the shelf and there's nothing really matched about them. But he said the reasoning was, with today's technology and the way they can make belts, they're almost exactly uniform. So it really doesn't do you any good to order matched belts because they're all going to be really close. That may have been a dream Don was having. I don't know. Now, I've got the manual out, and this manual tells you what the tension should be at each one of those pulleys. This is the dial indicator. The needle just sits there. Got it all running and going here. Sounds pretty doggone good. I don't hear any bearing noise from the machine. I hear belt noise, but no bearing noise. And the knob I'm turning increases the speed. Now, a funny thing about this is where I'm telling you it's a funny thing. By just changing the bearings in the spindle, I gained 200 RPMs. Before, the best it would do is 1,400. Now it's doing 1,600. But it still doesn't have any guts. I mean, it runs nice, this little collet chuck on it. But it just seems to me to be weak. So we'll proceed with a new electronics package for it. If you didn't know, this is a new spindle. Well, it's an old spindle. Came from an unknown age Monarch 10E that a viewer up in Canada graciously donated to the project, and I really thank you. Well, that's all for now.